Hello and welcome back to another episode of our Rapid Chess Speedrun. We are jumping in at a rating of 13-18 today. We are undefeated, 19-game win streak to start the series, hoping to extend that to 20 today. But we have faced some challenging opponents, so let's get into it and see how we do. So we have the white pieces. We will go d4, and our opponent is playing b6 on the first move, so not a super common move. I'm gonna go for this plan of knight c3 followed by e4 most likely, and we'll see how our opponent handles it. Looks like this is calling it the English defense, which I was not aware of that name for this opening. But we're just gonna play normal development, probably get our knight out, get our pawn out. I think we can already go for e4. Our opponent might pin our bishop, or our knight rather, looking to pick up the pawn on e4. Two moves there. I could play knight ge2, or I could play bishop to d3. I guess technically this would be notated as just knight e2, because if this guy were were pinned, that would be an illegal move. So no need to specify that it's the g knight, but that's kind of an unnecessary and advanced explanation for something not that important. So you can mostly ignore that. Let's go for bringing if I bring the bishop out, does he have this move? F5. I won't be able to take, because then he would win the rook. But I do in that position, then my bishop's out, so I'm not blocking it, and I can play knight e2. So let's go for it. We are building a nice central presence here. Yeah, and then I kind of have a choice on where I want to develop my knight next. He ends up just taking my knight, doubles my pawns, but I have a good pawn cluster here in the center. And so I think I have a nice position. Okay. That is a move that doesn't work. Our opponent is thinking, okay, well, I'm putting double pressure on this pawn. He can't play this because that pawn's pinned. But if I just develop my knight to attack his queen, he can take there. And yeah, he has two attackers. I only have one defender, but I would just take the queen. So, and he can't take with the queen first because then bishop would take. So that's a bad move by our opponent. That gives me a free tempo. And speaking of free tempos, I can play bishop to g5 here, and his queen is almost getting, is his queen getting trapped? It's very close. This is a no-brainer move, don't even have to calculate it. He plays there. I go here, he goes there. Like, it's getting very close to trapping his queen. I'm trying to think, if I play a move like, so if I go there immediately, he has this square. If I could get something like that in, his queen would be trapped. So I might play something tricky. I might actually play, I don't have time to play. I want to play h3 first, setting this and this up to trap his queen. I don't have time though, because if I go there, he can just go straight for taking my pawn. So I might have to go there, there. Actually, no, if I go there, he might even be able to take my knight. This is not as simple as I would like it to be. Do I need to play queen e2? Yeah, if I go there, he can actually just take, because then if I take his queen, he takes my queen. So that would be bad. I could play... Okay, what if I play h4, he takes, then I jump my knight in. I don't hate that. That's kind of tricky. There. And yeah, in that position, his queen could come here. I might just have g4 though, and he would no longer be able to protect the bishop. So that would actually win a piece. Anyways, that's a long line. I'll show it further in the game. We'll probably get it played out. I would guess that he would, oh, he does not elect to play that move. So that is maybe a bit surprising. Maybe that's good for our opponent. Maybe he just cleanly picks up the pawn now. Maybe not so clean though, because we'll see. Let's see. He'll probably take there. He takes there instead. Okay, this is definitely getting complicated. I can play here. Let's do that. Okay. If I play bishop f1, do I trap the queen finally? I do. Okay, just some wild sequences, but we finally have the queen trapped. So this has been a crazy game. Our opponent definitely got too aggressive with the queen, and now has to pay for it. So we're winning now. We just have to demonstrate how to convert. He could I guess get a bishop and a pawn, although I win a pawn at the end of that line as well. So we'll see. And also a chance that our opponent just resigns in this position. We are getting to the intermediate range where if you're down a queen, you're not going to come back. And our opponent does end up going for that plan. I'll take with the queen, or the king. He does grab. The pawn. I'll go ahead and grab that pawn. And then, yeah, let's figure out what to do from here. Probably move my king over. He'll probably jump his knight in, not scared of that. We'll just probably jump back here. Okay, that helps me undouble my pawns. So definitely not a move I mind. Let's Get our queen out. Let's play here. Still being a little bit careful. Don't want to blunder the game, but this pressures the pawn here on e6. And just pressures that square in general. Even if you're the push, that would still be my move. Yeah, that's an easy move. And we should have checkmate in a couple moves here. Plenty of time left, 3 minutes. We did quite a bit of thinking early on, but it ended up paying off, and our opponent resigns. So we'll go through the game review, take a look. It was pretty complicated. Definitely some crazy lines to try and trap the queen that we calculated out, and it looks like I played at 85% accuracy, so a great game. Also pretty good opponent by Diego here. So let's see what went well. Okay, d4, c4, knight c3, and then e4. So this is all theory. It doesn't like that trade. Kind of gave up a bishop for no reason. Generally not good. Best move again. So we've played perfect so far. Okay, this felt like a no-brainer, free move to develop with tempo, but I guess it was a mistake. It would have been better just to castle. Then here, okay, again, not the best move, and probably because he played a good move. Okay, so let me, sorry, go back to that position. What would have been best here? Okay, it did like just protecting that pawn, definitely a move I considered. Ended up going for something a bit more aggressive, and this is a blunder. So he was supposed to take here, I think. Let me just double check that. Yep, and then he'd just be up a clean pawn. Instead, he goes for this pawn, and this, yeah, this traps the queen. It's inevitable at this point. So I play correctly here. We win the queen, and then the game's pretty simple after this. Take, and then we get in, and we're completely crushing. He doesn't have a whole lot of moves. I can probably play something like this. Kick the bishop out. Take with check. Anyways, the game was about to end very soon. So that will do it for today. Thank you for watching.